Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we continued our evolution story due to some health issues. Today, we'll dive back into the war between the Sauropsida and the Synapsida, which I like to call the battle for dragons and beasts. If you had to choose one ancient creature to represent the Mesozoic era, or even all ancient animals, which one would you pick? My answer would be dinosaurs. We often see dinosaurs in movies and cartoons. They are massive, terrifying, with unmatched strength and sharp teeth. If we encountered them in real life, they would surely be our worst nightmare. Yet people's enthusiasm for dinosaurs remains undiminished. In this video, I'll try to portray dinosaurs as just a group of normal ancient animals and share their story. Of course, during the long reign of the dinosaurs, many different species existed, and we can't cover them all in one video. We'll delve into more types of dinosaurs in future video. So, let's start our story. The story begins with the end Permian mass extinction around 250 million years ago. This catastrophic event ended the reign of the previous dominators, the beasts. Only a few survivors remained on the vast lands, leaving many ecological niches empty. Seizing the opportunity, the dragons quickly rose to prominence, with one branch, the Archosauriforms, being particularly successful. They swiftly climbed to the top of the food chain, becoming Earth's new rulers. Dragons also evolved features similar to beasts, such as breathing, maintaining a constant body temperature, fur, and differentiated teeth. In the early Triassic, in what is equivalent to modern-day Africa, an animal named Azalosaurus appeared. They had fur-like coverings similar to beasts and might have had a robust respiratory and circulatory system akin to beasts. Although they were about the size of modern dogs, their appearance marked the emergence of a new group on Earth, the Dinosauriforms. But hold your applause, our main characters have not yet made their entrance. Dinosauriforms are not dinosaurs. You can think of it this way: the ancestors of the later dinosaurs are among the Dinosauriforms. Over a long period thereafter, due to their superior body structure and efficient metabolism, Dinosauriforms gradually became one of the most agile animal groups of their time. Over millions of years, they optimized themselves step by step. The fur on their bodies evolved from the solid hair-like structures similar to beasts to hollow-structured fur. Hollow fur is lightweight and provides better insulation. Coupled with their efficient metabolism, their body temperature began to stabilize. At the same time, on the foundation of their upright limbs, Dinosauriforms gradually developed bipedal walking. Although many dragons had independently evolved bipedal walking patterns by then, Dinosauriforms developed a clever design known as the rotary joint. With this ingenious design, Dinosauriforms completely freed the body above the waist during rapid movement, no longer compressing their internal organs. Building on this, Dinosauriforms also evolved an air sac system, allowing air to flow unidirectionally through their lung. To this day, it remains the pinnacle of respiratory systems among terrestrial animals. Soon after, the first true dinosaurs appeared in the southern part of the supercontinent Pangaea. The earliest known dinosaurs discovered so far lived in what is now Tanzania and are called Nyasasaurus. While the fossil record for Nyasasaurus is quite incomplete, there's still some debate in the academic community about whether it truly belongs to the dinosaur lineage. Personally, I lean towards considering Nyasasaurus as a dinosaur. Due to their relatively small size, early dinosaurs were not yet capable of directly competing with the dominant rulers of the time, the Pseudosuchia. However, they quickly found their niche in the forests. Most early dinosaurs were carnivorous or omnivorous, and the abundant insects and small animals in the forests provided them with an endless food supply. Their efficient metabolism and agile movement abilities enabled dinosaurs to navigate the complex terrains of the forests freely. Fast forward to the Caran Stage of the Triassic Period, around 237 million years ago. After over 10 million years of recovery, Earth gradually moved away from the harsh conditions of the late Permian, and the forests, which had disappeared for several million years, reappeared in the humid regions of Pangaea. It was in these forests, stretching from what is now East Africa to South America, that dinosaurs began to thrive and multiply. Everything was set. All that was needed was an opportunity. The Caran Stage provided that opportunity with a nearly 2 million year-long rainy season, clearing the final obstacles for dinosaurs to conquer the world. This was known as the Carnian pluvial event. This prolonged rainy season allowed forests to dominate most of Pangaea, leading to an explosive growth of dinosaurs. During this period, many dinosaurs emerged that would have a significant impact on the future, like Eoraptor. From the prototype Eoraptor, dinosaurs embarked on their magnificent journey that lasted for about 160 million years. During their long reign, they achieved countless wonders, and most importantly, they succeeded in almost every evolutionary direction they ventured into. Dinosaurs can generally be divided into two main branches, Saurischia and Ornithischia. Simply put, Saurischia focused on enhancing mobility with sleek body structures, while Ornithischia developed into larger-bodied dinosaurs with more internal organs. Most of the herbivorous dinosaurs emerged within the Ornithischia branch. The first to rise to prominence were the Saurischia. Their impressive mobility endowed them with speed and agility. They only lacked a bit in attack power to become predators themselves. By the late Triassic period, a group called Herrerasauridae swiftly rose to become the dominant medium-sized predators of the time, thanks to their agility and powerful bite. They gradually encroached upon the territories of the previous rulers of the Triassic. On the other hand, a group known as Sauropodomorpha began to evolve towards becoming large herbivorous dinosaurs. Digesting plants required longer intestines, but their relatively small size limited their stomach capacity. Their solution was simple: to grow larger in size, giving rise to the first group of large dinosaurs in evolutionary history. For example, let's take a look at the late Triassic Plateosaurus. They were about the size of an African elephant, and while they could still maintain bipedal locomotion, the increasing size of Sauropodomorpha meant that they could no longer sustain bipedalism. As a result, the later large Sauropodomorpha had to revert to quadrupedal locomotion. After the late Triassic extinction wiped out most of the Pseudosuchia on Pangaea, dinosaurs had no rivals left on Earth. A true age of dinosaurs had begun. Dinosaurs had lightweight yet strong bones and an air sac system that reduced body density, allowing them to grow to enormous sizes. But the Sauropodomorpha took the growing in size evolutionary path to an extreme. It's hard to fathom why they got so gigantic. For example, Mamenchisaurus sinocanodorum, it was 26 meters long. Even as a fat guy, I couldn't run from its head to its tail in one breath. Then there's Patagotitan from the Cretaceous period in South America, reaching an astounding 37 meters in length and weighing 70 tons.
Nice.
Meanwhile, other dinosaurs were exploring different evolutionary paths. The Ornithischia, another major branch of dinosaurs we've mentioned before, generally had big bellies and weren't very agile. So they evolved strong armor for protection. Scutellosaurus, living 196 million years ago in the early Jurassic, had a back covered with armored plates. However, its descendant Stegosaurus didn't focus on further strengthening its defense. While it had fewer bony plates on its back, it had a real weapon: 4 sharp spikes at the tip of its tail. Fossils found in Wyoming suggest that an Allosaurus may have faced a Stegosaurus attack. Just imagine Stegosaurus swinging its tail and those spikes piercing through the Allosaurus. On the other hand, another branch of Scutellosaurus chose to keep enhancing its armor. This lineage evolved into Ankylosauridae. Some Ankylosauridae not only strengthened their armor but also grew spikes or even a hammer-like tail. However, the cost of this heavy armor was reduced speed and size. Even during the peak of the Cretaceous period, these dinosaurs were about the size of today's rhinos, making them relatively small in the dinosaur world. 145 million years ago, possibly due to a series of volcanic activities causing climate change, both sauropod dinosaurs and Stegosaurus suffered greatly. This also affected the Allosaurus, which preyed on them, marking the beginning of the Cretaceous period. During the Cretaceous, Hadrosauridae and Ceratopsia started to rise as the new representatives of plant-eating dinosaurs. The top predators became Tyrannosauridae. However, Tyrannosauridae mainly roamed the northern hemisphere, while the top predators in the southern hemisphere were Megaraptora and Abelisauridae. We won't delve into them in this video. During the peaceful times of the Cretaceous, spanning 80 million years, no animals could challenge the dominance of the dinosaurs. This led to a fierce arms race within the dinosaurs community. In evolutionary biology, there's a famous hypothesis called Cope's rule, which suggests that animals tend to increase in size over evolutionary time. Dinosaurs were no exception. In this intense arms race, both predators and prey grew larger, pushing each to their theoretical size limit. Early ceratopsia, like Psittacosaurus, were only as large as turkeys. By the late Cretaceous in North America, Triceratops had already grown to be larger than an African elephant. Eotyrannus from the early Cretaceous, around 130 million years ago, was just a bit bigger than an adult human. But by the end of the Cretaceous, Tyrannosaurus, which preyed on Triceratops, had become a colossal creature weighing 7 to 8 tons. As Tyrannosaurus evolved, its bite force increased, its head grew larger, and its front limbs became smaller and more specialized. This led to the appearance of the short forelimbs characteristic of the Tyrannosauridae. As dinosaurs grew in size, it created opportunities for smaller animals. Mammals, lizards, and frogs gradually occupied some of the smaller ecological niches. However, not all dinosaurs opted for size increase. Many chose different evolutionary paths. Today, we'll only introduce one of these, the Manor-raptoriforms. Manor-raptoriforms were roughly the same size as a raptor, but were among the most advanced dinosaurs in terms of evolution. With their outstanding evolutionary potential, the descendants of Manor-raptoriforms became the last survivors of the dinosaur family after the catastrophic asteroid impact. However, Manor-raptoriforms continued to experiment in their evolution. Living around 160 million years ago, Scansoriopteryx evolved into arboreal animals, specializing one of their fingers, presumably to grasp insects from tree holes. This branch of dinosaurs began to evolve elongated fingers. Living in trees meant they would frequently jump between branches. As they jumped further and became more agile, some Manor-raptoriforms eventually learned to glide. One such example is Yiki. However, during that time, pterosaurs ruled the skies, so Manor-raptoriforms didn't achieve much in this evolutionary path. Yet, the dream of flight was deeply ingrained in the hearts of dinosaurs. At the same time, on land, another branch of Manor-raptoriforms held onto smaller ecological niches. These evolved into species like Oviraptor and Therizinosaurus. However, the dream of taking to the skies pushed another branch of Manor-raptoriforms further along the path of tree dwelling. They ventured into an evolutionary realm previously unexplored by any other creature, powered flight with feathered wings. A seed for a new era was planted, but fate betraying all the efforts of the dinosaurs. Around 65 million years ago, at the peak of the dinosaur empire, a massive asteroid ended it all, giving the beasts a chance to reclaim their throne. The story of the dinosaurs is far from over. There are many more species we haven't covered yet. I'll be introducing more dinosaurs in future videos. So, what were the beasts up to during the reign of the dinosaurs? In the next video, we'll explore the dinosaur era from a different perspective. This is Ancient Discoveries. See you in the next video.